Was Roman Reigns able to defend his title tonight against Sheamus with special guest referee? We're going to find out right now on HWR's Raw Reaction. Hello, everyone. I am your hardcore host, Rick Head. As always, I get the hardcore crew with me. First, he's the son of a bitch, Andy. Andy, what's up?
Hi everybody, hope you've had a happy holiday and New Year and Christmas and just about everything else.
And, of course, we also have the incomparable Lance Moss. He's over at youtube.com/Lance Moss TV. Lance, what's going on?
Oh, not much. Just finally glad to be back.
Absolutely. We had a 2-week vacation, and now it's time to get back into business. Before we move on, I do want to give a shout out to some of the people who've been over on our HWR chat room who's been participating and really supporting the product. Matt Creel, Jeffrey Young, Kevin Watson, Judy Elizabeth, David Jr. Apollinaris, excuse me if I can't pronounce that right, I always fuck that one up. And everyone who else, of course, is supported. Guys, thank you. You fucking rock. And just keep on helping us out with the HWR chat room. Now, one of the first matches I want to talk about was Charlotte, who turned heel after the Becky Lynch got the win. Lance, did you really see that coming, or do you think they were just kind of dangling the carrot before then?
Ray Charles could have saw that one coming.
Yeah, I think they were slowly. I think they built it up a little too slowly. Don't you think?
Yeah, and this whole she's supposed to be the female version of her daddy ain't gonna work.
Yeah, Andy, I think we talked about this several times, how Ric Flair has been actually taking her spotlight rather than Charlotte riding his coattails.
Yeah, it's just a shame that she's got to follow in her father's footsteps because she's too good for that, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, I absolutely agree. Now, there was supposed to be Ryback versus The Big Show, and before the match even really started, the Wyatts come out, take out Ryback, and for a second we saw Braun Strowman and The Big Show kind of have that face-off. Andy, obviously they're teasing some kind of a match. How do you think that match would turn out?
I really don't know. I really wouldn't like to make a decision.
Well, yeah, and my thing is, you think they're trying to put over, Big Show? Are they going to put over, or are they going to finally start jobbing out Braun Strowman? Lance, your thoughts?
I think it has Goldberg versus Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 20 written all over it. A lot of hype, but not much meat there.
Yeah, and I got to talk about this, guys. It happened early in the night, and they called it the association disorder. It was basically all the jobbers.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, what the fuck is the WWE thinking? Of course, keep in mind, they beat down Dolph Ziggler. So Dolph Ziggler has pretty much hit an all-time low. Wouldn't you agree, Andy?
Yeah, without a shadow of a doubt, that bloke needs to find another place to work.
Well, he does stand-up comedy, so I'm wondering if that's a kind of a punishment from the WWE because he's not 100% committed.
I don't think he's not 100% committed. I just, for some unknown reason, he just doesn't seem to fit with whoever's doing the writing with WWE, and it's a shame because he deserves to be up there with the rest of them.
Yeah, absolutely. Anyways, they've now formed this new group. I don't even remember the name of the group. It's something like the Associate Group or Disassociate Group.
Or Social Misfits or something.
Yeah, basically, I didn't pay that much attention, obviously. It's just, obviously, they need the third 4-guy team, and they're going to be the jobbers. I think they're going to last maybe, 3 seconds, if they're lucky.
Slater said it best for that entire promo. After Adam Rose went, he just said what we were all thinking. What?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys will agree with me, but one of the better matches tonight was the Usos versus Alberto Del Rio and Rusev of the League of Nations.
Yeah.
Andy, what are your thoughts? Yes, Andy's not here. Lance, at the end of the match, we saw Alberto do a huge, like a double stomp. Usually does it right off the top ropes, but in this case, I think it was Jey Uso who's in the middle, lying in the middle of the ropes, halfway across the ring, and he does the double stomp from there. What were your thoughts on that spot?
Damn.
Wow. So they had the Dudleys versus the Kalisto versus New Day. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. It's the Dudleys and Kalisto versus the New Day. Don't mind me, guys. I can't fucking talk. I'm stoned out of my tray. So, anyways, the New Day went over. Andy, are you back with us?
Yeah, I unplugged. I leaned forward and the headset came unplugged, and I didn't realise.
Well, anyways, were you shocked that the New Day went over the Dudleys?
Not really, because I think the Dudleys are there just to push the newer guys. To be honest, that's my personal opinion.
No. And we saw the return of Chris Jericho, and I think the words was he's going to save the WWE again. Lance, what did you make of that promo?
Well, it had a lot of truth in it because he said that the attendance is down, merchandise is down, and networkship is down, and they need to do something. And boy, howdy, later in the night, I'm not going to spoil anything. Boy, howdy, are they trying? But hey, if Jericho cuts good promos and puts guys over, cool.
Now, Andy, Chris Jericho already said he's not going to be at WrestleMania, yet he showed up for Raw tonight. So, do you think the WWE is trying to deflect him a little bit by setting up that that statement?
Oh, I think there's nothing so sure he's going to be there. What role he's going to play, I've no idea, but he's definitely going to be there.
And, WrestleMania 32, we're getting off track here a little bit, but WrestleMania 32 is supposedly be very legend heavy, with a lot of legends in there. Obviously, there's going to be Ric Flair, the Dudleys, this rumor of the Hardys coming in. So, I think Stone Cold Austin said he wasn't going to be there, and I don't know about HBK. The Rock's going to be there. Again, who gives a fuck about The Rock? Anyways, back to Raw. We have the main event. Vince McMahon, obviously, Andy, is just doing all the cheap moves, and for a while there, you had to wonder who was going to get the win.
Just getting back on your Rock, let's have a thing on the page who really cares about The Rock coming back.
Believe it or not, I did do that. I posted that in the chat room, and that's in the group section on Facebook.com. The link is going to be posted below. I posted one earlier, and the fans, they were mixed. Some were like Rockmark saying, hey, I want to see The Rock come back, and there were several others that, basically had the same feelings I did. We don't give a shit. But anyway, back to the main event. Vince pulls all his little dirty little stunts. And Sheamus almost got the win a couple of times. Another ref comes in after Vince gets knocked out. Reigns hits him with a super punch, knocking Vince out. And then the other ref seemed to come in, and he seemed to be pulling a lot of dirty moves. I really don't know how that worked out.
Obviously, somewhere along the line, something we've missed, because they've done it in the past, that a wrestler has bought a referee off, and he's obviously done something, but I haven't seen it on any of the Smackdowns or Raws I've seen. But he even looked at him as much as say, I'm sorry, I can't cheat, but they sort of looked at each other as much as to say it was planned.
Yeah, I mean, that's obvious. And then, of course, that ref gets taken out. Another ref comes running in, and eventually Reigns gets the win, 1, 2, 3. But here's the thing that I thought was very interesting. Roman Reigns will now have to defend his title in the Royal Rumble. And the Royal Rumble match, maybe I'll clarify that. So he has to defend his title against 29 other guys. Andy, what was your thoughts when you heard that?
Again, it just screams of Daniel Bryan for some unknown reason. They're screwing him over. They don't think he's fit for the purpose, I don't think.
Now, Lance, do you really feel that they've been talking about how Roman Reigns is going to be the new John Cena? You think that's where they're going with this?
In a way, but I don't see. This is helping to establish his line, because he's either going to win it, he's either going to get thrown out, by hook or crook in the Rumble, and then win it back at Mania, because let's face it, a champion always gets a rematch. That's one way they could go, or they could, and God, I hope they don't. Vince, if you're listening, don't do this. Have him just go from one to and clean out everybody. Don't do that. Don't
actually,
do
already.
that.
Yeah, but however, though, that's not the case because the Big Show is starting in as number one. Andy?
They have said that Big Show will not be the number one entrant.
Oh, they did?
Yeah.
So that means Roman Reigns is. And
probably.
I think we can already see the ducks getting lined up in the row. You know what? Overall score, it wasn't really a bad Raw, but there were a lot of dry matches and some spots that you just kind of had to cock your head and say, what the hell? I'll give it a 6 out of 10. Andy, over to you.
I'll give it a 4. 4 out of 10.
Wow. And Lance, over to you.
Yeah, I'll give it a 6. Because there was some, what the fuck are you doing? But there was some, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, again, I was laughing my ass off through some of the spots, so that's why I kind of kicked it up a few notches.
Like the glow-in-the-dark dildos on the heads of the New Day. What the actual fuck?
Yeah. So, well, guys, it's going to wrap it up for this edition of Hardcore Wrestling Radio's Raw Reaction. Make sure you hit the subscribe button in the upper right hand. And again, everybody over in the chat room, we thank you for your support. And the fans listening, again, thank you for sticking by HWR. Andy, where can everyone find you? What you got going on?
Yeah, nothing going on until the, I think it's the 16th of January, but you can find me at www.stokehaunted.com.
And Lance, you're over at youtube.com/LanceMossTV. Lance, what do you got going on?
I got album reviews, NASCAR discussion videos, redneck gourmet cooking videos, musical equipment reviews, rants, and every Wednesday I go live with Lance Moss TV and friends at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, and 6 Pacific, and 5 Pacific. I never know who's going to show up. Okay, well, goodbye to you too. But yeah, so check me out and subscribe if you hadn't, and hit me up on Twitter. It's at Lance Moss TV.
Yeah. And as always, if you want to check us out, we're over at youtube.com/HWR show. Joseph Knight, who's not here tonight, is starting up a new brand. He's bringing something out under the HWR flag, and it's called Dark Knights, where he does retro game reviews and movie reviews. So we're going to be posting a few of those in the very near future. So for the Hardcore Crew, I am your Hardcore